Alright, e-bikers, I want to talk about big battery e-bikes today. This is my Nesta, and this one I modded to fit a second battery on. And I have a total of 40 amp hour battery on this bike. But there's actually 3 new e-bikes on the market with 60 amp hours, 48 volts that I'm going to show you today. I'm going to go for a ride. I'm going to talk about those bikes, show you pictures on the screen. I don't have it in right now, but this bike here, I'll show you the battery back here. This is a 48 volt, 30 amp hour battery. You know, it was made by Northeast Battery Systems in Connecticut. My buddy Kevin up there makes these things. High quality cells, Samsung or LG. It's got a BMS in there, and he gave me an XT90 connector to put on the bike. So where it fits back here, it's like, you know, 7 by 9 roughly in terms of size. And I got a battery blender right here. Under there's a battery blender, and you can see the wires coming up into the bike from the controller down, which is located in here. But let's go for a ride and talk about these other 3 e-bikes. There's one from GeForce, one from Aniioki, and the other one from Ehora. So let's go. Got my road repaved finally. Fresh pavement here. These zigzags, V-tires. I did a ride this weekend on this e-bike. We did 30 miles. I'm still at 4 bars out of 5 on this e-bike. So this is probably on flat ground, I can get 100 miles on this bike with 40 amp hours of battery total. Now these other e-bikes that are on the market, 60 amp hours, and to me, like 2023, this has been the year of the big battery. You're just seeing a lot more 20 amp hour e-bikes coming out, and then GeForce, Ehora, and Aniioki just took it to the next level here with these 60 amp hour e-bikes. So the 3 e-bikes I mentioned cost $2,000 or less. They're all 48 volts, 60 amp hours, with the exception of one bike, which you can get a 52 volt on it. And they all have 20 by 4 inch tires. They're all long range, of course, so the longest bike claims a range of 200 miles, and the others are like 110, 120, something like that. Depending on how you ride it, of course. These bikes have a use case of for commuters, for delivery riders, and they're also pretty heavy bikes as well. So let's talk about the GeForce first. The GeForce T7. I'll put it up on the screen, and this is the folding one. It's the only folding one on the list. It's got 20 by 4 inch tires with a nice little rim strip around there for reflective safety. It's got dual shocks in the back, and of course shocks in the front. These are all full suspension e-bikes. Give me a second here. Busy day on Main Street. So let's get back to the GeForce T7. It's a 750 watt. It's the only 750 watt on the list, but has the top speed of 32 miles an hour. So they're all pretty fast e-bikes. The front fork on the T7 is 110 millimeters of travel, and it's got of that 750 watt, 1300 watt peak, and let's see, 86 newton meters of torque. So it's a pretty torquey e-bike, and it's probably the most efficient on the list. Only weighs 79 pounds. That's probably why it's the most efficient. So I'd love to see a head-to-head test of ranges on all 3 of those e-bikes. But I did get contacted by Aniioki a while back. They never sent me one for whatever reason. These companies are very fly-by-night when it comes to getting an e-bike from them. They contact you, they want you to review the bike, and then you never hear from them again. So, just gotta keep following up, and sometimes it doesn't work out. All right, let's talk about the Aniioki, the A8 Pro Max. That comes in a 48 volt or 52 volt version. 52 volt is $21.99, the 48 volt is $18.99. So very affordable, if you ask me, when it comes to these e-bikes. The Aniioki is 1,000 watt with a 1,400 watt peak and 90 newton meters of torque. So it's got a nice torque to it, 32 miles an hour. It's got thick rotors on there, 3mm rotors, 28 amp controller, and it weighs 101 pounds, it says. I'm not sure if that's with the battery or without, but it's a very substantial e-bike. And you can adjust the seat on it, even though it looks more like a moped style. The other bike is the Ehora Juliet, which I've never seen a review on. The battery comes in this like cage-like frame. It's kind of weird looking. $18.99, that e-bike. Let's take a ride here. It's 1,000 watt also, peaks at 1,300 watt. It's got turn signals, and it weighs 116 pounds. So that's the heaviest bike on the list. Is the Ehora Juliet. I'm going to try and reach out to the companies each and try and get these bikes, but in the meantime, you can look at the pictures on the screen and decide for yourself. Now, which one would I get? I've been thinking about that. And to be honest with you, I think I would get the GeForce T7. It's $19.99, so it's $100 more than the other two. But there's a couple reasons for that decision. It folds, number one, so it's portable. It's the lightest e-bike at 79 pounds. I like the look of it overall. I don't like the look of the other two. The other two just look very bulky, like very bulky looking e-bikes. So it should be much easier to travel with. Put in your car if you want to fold it up, take the battery out. I just see it as being a more useful e-bike in that respect. And even though it's only a 750 watt, it still has the same top speed. Being a lighter e-bike, it probably gets as good as mileage as any of the other bikes. So the other ones are heavier, so you're carrying 20, 30 more pounds on the other e-bikes versus the T7. So that's the one I get. Let me know what you guys think. Which one is your favorite of the three? And the first one to come out, I think, was the Aniioki. They have a couple of versions of that on their website, but the A8 Pro Max is the big one. It's got that big curved seat on there, which I think you can raise. I don't need any kind of pads in the back. I want a regular rack where I can put storage on there. And that's what the T7 has as well. So yeah, for my money, I'd buy the T7 on this list, the GeForce T7. It's also the most well-known company out of the three of them, I think. Aniioki is a new company. It just came out this year. Ehora's been around, but you don't see many reviews of their e-bikes online for whatever reason. We're heading to the lake over here. And GeForce, yeah, I like GeForce. They got some nice e-bikes on there. I like their styling. Most of them are just black e-bikes. I like the name, right? It's just it's a nice e-bike, that T7. So I also like their T5 too. It's a nice e-bike that they have, that regular 20x4 folding e-bike. So anyway, looks like we got some fish over there spawning or something. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the 60 amp hour e-bikes of the world. Again, they're all direct-to-consumer Chinese companies, but that's what we got here in the e-bike world. So appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. Which bike do you want to get of those 60 amp hours? The Aniioki, the GeForce, or the Ehora? So let me know in the comments, and catch you later on Crisscross. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.